Alright, Shalom Israel. Once again, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles of Greek Millstone, our teachers who taught us well and who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity and righteousness. Alright, this is a new series that I'm starting, DTA Jamz, which is musical inspiration, alright, and exhortation. Alright, this is Junior Delgado with the song Sons of Slaves. Alright, and for the sake of not just playing a song, I'm going to pull a script. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse Salakia. Salak. Lost my right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Right. Because we didn't do what we were supposed to do, what we were set up to do by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, which was to be the head of all nations, which was to rule all nations of the earth through the laws, statutes, and commandments in the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Since we didn't do that, since we didn't want to do that, and we wanted to be like all other nations and serve their gods and follow their customs and things like that, the Lord put curses on us. All right, and those curses are how we know is a big key to how we know that we are the chosen people of God, that we are the Israelites. All right, because the curses fit the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians only, specifically to the T. All right, so it says, verse 48, Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Right, that's talking about slavery. That was part of the curses that was put on the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, for going off and not doing what we were set up to do, and instead trying to follow after all these other heathen nations, which the Israelites are still doing to this day. All right, it says thou shalt serve thy enemies in hunger and in want of all things, and that's the same state we are in today. Even though we was in hardcore slavery a couple hundred years ago, we are still in mental slavery, and we are still serving our enemies, which starts with the so-called white man, all right, and extends to all other nations of people outside of the nation of Israel, which are heathens. All right, and we are serving them in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, man. All right, verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And we didn't understand the language of the so-called white man when he came and brought us from the west coast of Africa into Babylon, which is America, which is also America which is Babylon reincarnated, which is Egypt reincarnated, and Sodom and Gomorrah reincarnated. All right, we didn't understand the tongue, and America is represented as what? The eagle. And they did, it says a nation against thee from far, and that was from far, all the way across the ocean. All right, it took fucking weeks to cross from Africa to America. All right, this is only talking about the Israelites. These are things that only happen to the Israelites. All right, and linking it up to this song, is a couple things that this guy Junior Delgado said in this song. He said, "Are we not the sons of slaves? Are we not the children of Israel?" He said, "They took us away from Africa land and brought us down here unto Babylon." All right, he said, "Now we are like a roaring lion, right? Because we crying out." He said, "Jahai." That you gotta chew the meat and spit out the bones. The bones are him saying Jahai, because what he was trying to say, the Most High's name. And the closest they got to that, which he was a Benjaminite, he was a Jamaican, which really goes back to the Benjaminites, which is one of the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. The closest that they got to the Lord's name was Jah. All right. But us in the know that the Lord's name is really Yahweh, and the letter J didn't come about until the 1700s. All right, so I'm just trying to edify the song before I play it. All right, but I'm not trying to hold it up too much. Verse Deuteronomy 28 verse 50. It says, "A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young." All right, so I'm gonna end it right there with the edification, because this is enough to let you know to help you identify the things that we went through, and to help you identify that we are the chosen people of God, because all nations of people do not fit this the curses. Only our people fit the curses and what was done to us. It says, "A nation of fierce countenance," and the so-called white man, when he brought us into slavery from Africa, he did have fierce countenance on us. He did have fierce anger. He didn't get. It says, "Which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young." Right? They was slicing our women's pregnant stomachs open, and taking the babies and feeding them to alligators. They didn't give a fuck if you was a baby. They didn't give a fuck if you was 90 years old. They was killing you because of anger. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this song uplift your spirit, and this video be edifying. All right, here we go.
Children of Israel, this is the time we must come together. Live in unity. Are we not the sons of slaves? Yes, we are. Are we not the sons of slaves? Yeah. Are we not the children that run away from plantations? Yes, we are. Are we not the children of Israel? They took us away from Africa land, brought us down here in Babylon. Now we are like a roaring lion, Jahai, Jahai, yeah. Are we not the sons of slaves? Yes, we are now. Are we not the children that run away from plantations? Yes, we are. Are we not gonna get no freedom? Let me know now. How long will it take you to give us just a little justice? Took us away on a rocket ship, and that would be every original ship. All we could feel is the cracking whip, Jahai, Jahai, yeah. Are we not the sons of slaves? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Are we not the children of Israel? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. They took away from Africa land, brought us down there in Babylon. Now we unite, oh Lion, Jai, yeah. Mr. Big Man, how long will it take to give us some justice? Are we not the sons of slaves? Yeah. Are we not the children of Israel? Help me down, down. How long will it take you to make you? People like you have to choose like this. People like you have to treat us like this.